106 miles to Chicago.
Welcome to Costco.
We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Say hello to my little friend.
Ever dance with the devil in the pale?
I'll buy that for $1.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Get to the shovel! There's no flying in baseball!
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
To infinity and beyond!
I wish I knew how to quit these sea dead people.
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe fuck yourself.
It should be Riddick. Escape convict.
There's Johnny!
Murder.
You tell him I'm coming! And hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
Why so serious?
Don't you like clowns?
Bleed my own blood.
But the English language had deteriorated into a hybrid of hillbilly, valley girl, inner city slang, and various grunts.
Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
There's only one surefire way to get fugitives out of a foreign building. Blasting death metal.
Send them to the slaughterhouse!
Damn those Peace Prize giving fish smokers.
Yeah. Is that a real song or just a clip that somebody made?
No idea. I don't know who it is. I don't know what it is. I've never heard that before.
I like it though.
I mean, we could always find like clips from ones that we know, like Slaughter to Prevail or something like that. You know, like the Demolisher, or throw some of those on.
That's true.
Or whatever's.
Anyway, I want to sing about the moon and the June. Hey, get off of my chair!
Yeah, get the ass on the chair, right where your head goes.
Yeah, I'm Nick Zilla. I yell at dogs.
And I'm Marco Raptor. And
Marco Raptor.
and I abuse women.
With your little penis.
Yeah, I was in,
It's embarrassing.
No, I was at the gym this morning and I was listening to music and smacked my bitch.
Dude, we were listening to. That's funny you said that because last night we were over at Scott's house and all of a sudden he puts on "Smack My Bitch Up" on Prodigy and we're like, "What the fuck?" Whoa,
bro! This is 2023.
Do you breathe?
You can't be doing that.
Do you breathe with the fire starter? Breathe with me.
So you said that you had some new comic books this morning?
Yard. Yeah, well,
you got some new graded ones?
Some new graded. I got this new book here. So Distillery is a new company. It's pretty big name. So it's kind of like what Image did, where a bunch of the artists formed a new company.
Okay.
And then they
tired of working for like the biggest.
Yeah, they create. They these guys still work for those guys, but this way they get to keep all of their own properties.
Yeah. Of course.
It's made by the guy who did. I think the two guys that did Comixology. They left Comixology to form this company. But it's got some big names in here, man. Ram V, Scott Snyder, James Tinian, Stephanie Phillips, Jock. Like, these are all big. Mirka Andolfo, Mark Bernardin. Like, all these guys are big comic book people. And they're all parts of it. What's crazy about this is... Hold on. Mature warning.
Right. Okay. Good. Holding back no punches.
No. So the coroner.
Yeah.
Right there she is removing his eyeball.
Of course. As one does during a standard autopsy. I don't know. I don't think that's medically accurate.
She falls in love with the corpse.
So yeah, okay.
Mature warning. She's banging the
Right.
corpse.
Trigger warning, there is a little bit of necrophilia in this episode of Pop Culture Kick.
Yes.
It's kind of too late because the necrophilia has already been shown, so the trigger warning is pretty much irrelevant at this point.
Yeah, it's got nudity. It's got all sorts of stuff. Like this is actually a pretty cool spy story. So this is called The Devil's Cut. It's the first thing out, and it's got like 10 shorts from all of the like books that are coming out. So these are like first appearances and stuff like that. Really good. They're not all nudity. There's like cool space stories and cool.
A lot of violence.
Yes.
A lot of sex and violence.
Yes. It's
sex and violins. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's got just cool. Like this is like a paranormal. Like the guy's like, "What did you do to me?" And like his soul's like stuck and all that. Like it's just cool. It's definitely for mature readers, but that's The Devil's Cut. It's $10. It's out now. It won't be reprinted, so that's one of the things Distillery's doing. They're not gonna reprint 100,000 more copies of this book. Like if you want to get The Devil's Cut, you got to go get it pretty soon.
Dang.
Because it won't be back out.
Word.
Yep. So I just wanted to go over that because I'm all in on this, man. This is cool. Like there's no comics code authority in this. There's no rules that Marvel or DC set.
Yeah.
And DC already, they have their black label. They're mature. They're adult. Stuff that gets pretty violent, and we've seen Bruce Wayne's little Dick Grayson in one of the books, right?
Yep. Yeah. So, back at season 1. Season 1, you guys throw back to that. You didn't see that episode, go on back and rewatch all of season 1 and you'll see Bruce Wayne's wiener.
Bruce Wayne's wiener.
Like that meme, that meme I sent you guys the other day.
Yeah, that was funny.
That's Superman.
So let's see. I'm gonna save this one for last because that's my big boy book I just got. All right. So this submission is one of 2 that I sent while at San Diego Comic-Con. So I got a Lady Death book back. It's all foily, shiny.
Word. Yeah. A little cartoony.
Yeah, it's so this is a limited this is number 4 of 99. It's a Dan Mendoza cover. So it's a Lady Death, but it's meant to look like Zombie Tramp.
Yeah.
Number 1. So
Word.
Pretty cool book. Only 99 of them made. I got number 4, and it's in a 90s.
Nice.
Then I got Batman issue 135, which isn't really, nobody gives a shit about that issue. There's nothing fancy about that.
No new bad guy, no intro.
I mean, it is.
Or is it just intro like a shitty bad guy like Calendar Man?
No, I mean it's got it's got a new bad guy, but it's not his first appearance. His first appearance was like a couple issues ago. But what it is it's it shows. All right, so let me just tell you the story. It makes it easier. So Batman gets sucked into another dimension, another multiverse of Gotham.
Okay.
From a creation called Failsafe. It's a robot he created to kill him if he ever crosses the line. Like, he has those contingencies for all the other superheroes. Yeah. This is his contingency for him. But what it does is it won't take a life because that's Batman's rule. So he sends him to this multiverse where there isn't a Batman. So it sends him over there. All the main bad guys are there, but they're in different roles, right? So Joker is not the Joker, but he has nightmare visions of our regular Joker, and he wants to be like him. He wants to be unhinged, untethered, just pure, rage and emotion or whatnot. So,
okay,
what this book is it shows where that guy creates this multiversal portal or whatever so he can look into the minds and figure out how to become more like the Joker. And then he realizes that when he does that, the other Jokers see him, and every time he does that is at the point where their minds snap and become the Joker in their universe. So like the part where the Red Hood, Red Mask or whatever, is looking in the puddle where Batman's chasing him, and his mind snaps and he starts laughing and becomes the Joker, is the point when that guy looks through the multiverse into his mind. So what this is the origin of all of the Jokers through all of the comic books in history. The 66 Joker, the 89 where he fell in the vat and his mind broke.
Yeah, right.
That's all in here. This is all showing how those Jokers evolved and became the Joker. And it's all because of this guy looking through the multiverse and breaking their brain, essentially.
So they can all they can all see him or
in his
see
mind,
his experiences and
so like he's looking through their eyes, and what it is like the main Joker for our main comic book line is looking down into the puddle, and he's like, "Who are you?" And the guy like freaks out. He's like, "Holy shit, he saw me." And so he goes back in, and he's like, "Who are you? Why are you looking through my eyes?" Right? And this is Jack Napier before or not Jack Napier. That's a different universe. But either way, it's the Joker before he was the Joker. Arthur or something. It would be like
right?
Yeah. There you go. So it would be Arthur looking into a puddle, and he sees the Joker looking back at him, and he's like, "Who are you?" And it breaks his mind because he's like looking at him through the multiverse. So, anyway,
okay,
that's what this book is. And so this cover, I got in San Diego.
Well, no wonder he's crazy if he's able to like see through and communicate with other Jokers and shit.
Yeah, so this Red Mask guy was going through all of the Jokers, looking through their minds, and it's like splintering and cracking them, which is making them insane and turning into the Joker. And then he realizes, I can never be like them because I create them. And so he goes on this like spree of just creating all these, like if there's a world where the Joker had died, he creates another Joker by going to that dimension and stuff. So in the book, it's kind of crazy because he goes through like Dark Knight, right? Like Frank Miller's Dark Knight verse with old Bruce Wayne. He shows up in Batman Beyond universe, right? And so like Terry McGinnis pulls him out of the Batman out, and there's no Joker in that universe, right? There's the gang, the Jokers, but the Joker's dead.
Right.
Joker comes back to life, right? So it's all because this guy is bouncing through these universes and bringing that like Joker power with him. Pretty crazy.
It's wild.
Yeah. I actually just finished issue 136. So I just went through 136 issues of Batman, like read them straight through, and got all the stories. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, damn.
So this is the cover. This is Alex Ross.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Legendary comic artist.
But look at the cool artwork in this.
Nice.
I know there's a big ass glare, but
yeah.
Yeah. So I got that back. That's 9.8. It's cool, man, because it's just got like all these old school, like the old Catwoman, the old Riddler.
Yeah. Riddler.
Two-Face, Joker, old Batmobile. Just a cool book. And then that same issue, there's another. This is a Batman 241 homage. It's another Alex Ross, but made to look like the old school Batman, like 10-cent books.
Yeah.
This one's fucking gorgeous, dude. I love that art. There you go.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, so fucking cool. And then there is issue 135 is also Batman number 900 on the Legacy. So,
gotcha. Okay.
When Batman started, this is issue 900 of that. Here's another Alex Ross one that I got when I was out there at the Joker.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool.
That would look more like the Jack Nicholson Joker, kind of.
Yeah. So yeah, I like them, man. They're pretty cool. This is Power Girl, special number 1. This is by Jack, I think, right? Yeah, Will Jack. It's a foil cover.
Nice.
Yeah, Power Girl number 1. That's actually a hard one to get in a 9.8 because of that black foil. Like any scratch or scuff to it, like really messes it up.
Yeah, it's kind of like a black paint on a vehicle. Like it's never perfect.
Yeah, like if you have a black,
so hard to maintain it.
If you have a black car, you can never go through one of those automatic car washes because those little spinners will leave those little buff marks like permanently. Like you have to clay bar that shit out. When I had my Challenger, I had that problem. The person who had it before me would always take it through the auto washes, and so I had to hand wash it and then have it buffed and waxed a lot to get all those little micro abrasions out.
Yeah.
This is Clayton Crane, exclusive as well from San Diego. This is another Virgin cover, but it's Harley Quinn foil.
Noise.
Yeah, again another one that's really hard to get graded. All right, this one's cool. This one I got at the DC booth. We just happened to walk by and realized that the line was small, so I jumped right into it because the DC booth was just slammed in San Diego. Like the line was capped within minutes for like the whole day. Like if you didn't run there right when it opened, you didn't get in. I just happened to walk by and see that it was low. So this is Batman Night Terrors number 1. This is DC booth exclusive. One of only 500. It's a foil, just black and red foil of Batman.
Yeah.
It's freaking awesome. Trying to see if there's a way to. I have that light that you got me for Christmas like 40 years ago.
Yeah, that ring light.
Yeah.
I actually have a cool light that my dad got me for my birthday.
Oh, yeah?
It's actually charging over here. It's like a tri thing, and it's like on a stand.
Yeah.
It's got its like tripod and everything. It can like
Yeah.
Like all lights can like pop out and stuff.
I've seen those. Yeah, those are badass.
Yeah, and plus I can take it off the tripod. It's like magnetic, so I can stick it to like metallic magnetic surfaces and stuff like that. It's kind of neat. Like when you move back to Texas and we get working on like some film stuff and everything, we can use that as lighting for lighting setups and stuff.
Yeah, I've got all sorts of lighting for shit
like that. And it's like it's LEDs too, so they don't really heat up too much. So you could put gels over them and stuff like that to get the
colors,
the light effects you want, the different colors and the
temperatures
and all that stuff.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of lighting. I saw them at the bin store, right? So people buy like the pallets and then they put them in the bins and sell them.
Yeah.
I just happened to be going through the website and I noticed, I was like, oh wait, I know that brand. And I looked it up and they're expensive lights. I got a whole, like, came in a duffel bag. They came on tripods, like multiple LEDs, and then you can like program the colors and brightnesses and stuff to them. They're studio lights, is what they are. I was like, hell yeah! I got them for like $5. It's freaking awesome. Yeah, yeah, that thing's cool. And he said, "Let there be light." Oh, oh, and now we're bathed in dark. Oh no, the light's back again. Now you're gonna have a tan on one side of your body.
Yeah, it's got like different levels and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, those things
These
are cool.
things like swivel around.
Good for camping and shit. You can like go put it up, light up your whole campground area, and point where you want the lights. Look for bears. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's really neat. Or like going out to the beach, stuff like that, or like I said, if you need like a light source or something like that, like on a like a night for day shoot or something or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. All right, I get three more. So this one's a double one. Superman #4, Batman 136. So spoiler alert too, Batman gets his hand cut off in the comic book. And so now he's got a robotic hand like Luke Skywalker.
Whoa.
Yeah, but check
They're like parallel universes then now with Star Wars.
yeah. So check these out.
Oh shit. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the glare's kind of from the ring light's kind of bad, but yeah, that looks sick.
Yeah, they.
That's cool.
Yeah, they're super foily, really bright. These were at the Whatnot booth, at San Diego. Yeah, I'll have to figure out. I guess I could shut that off when I do these, and just turn on like another light over here. And then so this is the last one. So this is the first one I've gotten that's come back higher than a 9.8. Very rare that you get more than a 9.8. So this came back as a 9.9. And it's another Alex Ross in that same art style of that Batman. But this is the Teen Titans.
Nice.
Yeah, in a 9.9.
Damn. That's sick.
I know. I'm the only one, too, that's on the census. The only one of a 9.9. So yeah, new books came in. Pretty excited. Distillery, go read some mature comic books.
Yeah.
Speaking of mature, Cyberpunk update just came out with the DLC.
Okay.
Phantom Liberty.
Have you played it yet?
So I haven't jumped into Phantom Liberty yet. What I did is I was playing because the whole main game like completely was rebooted, like everything, like the way you attribute your perks. So they refunded everyone's perks, so you could go back in and redo them because they changed up the style of how they do it. And just all sorts of stuff around the world. So I literally have just been trying to get used to the new changes they made to it, and in finishing out small tasks before I jump into Phantom Liberty. But man, you can like shoot from your car now, like Grand Theft Auto style. Like that wasn't in the game before, but now you can. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Car combat.
Right.
Yeah. So, yep. New Cyberpunk update. It's huge. I think the DLC is like $30. And apparently it's massive. Like a whole new game. Like it's like a 20-hour plus expansion, which if you're buying an expansion, that's what you want.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit on previous.
Yeah. Yeah,
a lot of good stuff coming out of Baldur's Gate 3. A lot of people were saying that's really good, and it's basically D&D.
It is D&D. Yeah, it's in the D&D universe.
Yeah, because Baldur's Gate was kind of like an offshoot of the original tabletop Dungeons and Dragons manual, all that stuff, the player's handbook and everything.
Yeah, I want to play it. It's coming to Xbox next month, I think. But I think it's only coming to the Series X.
Right. Yeah.
They had an issue with performance on the Series S or something.
Well, and also I've noticed too that the only way to play Starfield on my Xbox One X is the cloud gaming. Like,
oh yeah,
you have to play it through the cloud. You can't like download it to the console. So it has to be, in order to download it to the console, it has to be current gen.
Yeah. Well, it's because their cloud is running all these Series X's. That's what everything's running off of. I think that's how Keith plays Starfield. As Keith does most of his games through the cloud now. Like, because he has a Series S with the smaller hard drive, so like one game fills up the hard drive.
Yeah.
Or two games. So he plays most of that through the cloud.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't got the money for that right now.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Xbox, did you see that leak that just dropped? They accidentally published?
No. What happened with
that? Somebody got their head rolled on this one. So Microsoft was uploading documents for the appeal, right? For the
Sony thing? Or
well, for Activision Blizzard.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and so someone accidentally uploaded the roadmap to 2030 for them. And that roadmap included the new refresh of the Series X, so like how they had the essentially like the slim model.
Yeah.
But now it's like a cylinder like that. No,
like a flashlight.
Yeah, no disk drive in it. There's no disk drive.
Right. Well, that's the Series S, right? The Series S doesn't have a disk drive.
Right. I think. Yeah. So yeah, the new Series X will not have a disk drive in it either. I mean,
physical media has kind of gone on its way out.
Yeah, I mean, my Best Buy here, they've only got like 6 games on the shelf. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Even Targets and Walmarts are all getting smaller. Like it's the same title, just like 15 times.
Yeah. I mean, we saw it, several years back when they pulled, audio CDs out of all the Best Buys and everything, and now, their Blu-ray racks and all that stuff are getting smaller and smaller. And
my Best Buy, it's literally just that new release gondola is like the only thing they have, and then in the back, it's just all the steel books, like the special editions. Yeah. Like that's it.
On like carts and shit like that a lot of time too.
Yeah, they're just on little gondola carts. I mean it makes sense. It's the natural progression. We knew it was going that way. Back when at the end of Xbox 360, And going into Xbox One when we were playing Titanfall and Battlefield 4.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Those were all digital. I had those downloaded. I never even had the discs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been that long. Like I couldn't tell you. I haven't bought a game on a disc, and I don't even know the last game. Maybe Call of Duty World War II was the last one I bought on a disc, and I only did that to send it to like mom so she could play online with us with it. So like I didn't even keep it. Like that was the only last thing I bought ever on a disc.
Yeah.
So anyway, so this leak revealed the new Series X refresh. Okay. It revealed there's a new controller coming finally, an update to the standard controllers.
Oh, okay.
So it'll probably feel more, maybe not as heavy, but it'll
as the Elite.
Yeah, so this is an Elite Series 2, the big one. But then they have the other Elite, which is like one step down.
Yeah.
That doesn't come with the paddles and stuff. It'll probably be more like that, but it's going to have haptic feedback in it, which is like it's like what Sony has on their controller, where you'll get the pressure, vibration pressures, and all that will make a difference.
Yeah. And it'll only be the low price of $250.
Well, I think it's replacing the standard controller.
Okay.
Because they talk about the new standard controller. So my guess is it'll probably be like 70 like the other controllers are.
Yeah. Like the Elite 2's like what, 150, right? Something like that.
Yeah, this one's like 150, and then the step down from this one's like 100. Something like that. But to me that first Elite controller, this one, I played this since it came out. And I mean, look, there's no rubber grips on it. Like,
the rubber grips came off my stuff. I had the joystick rubber.
I've replaced all the joysticks several times. Like, I'll gladly pay that for this controller because this is like the best controller I've ever had, by far.
It was a great controller.
Those other, the cheap like $50 controllers, you wear those out in a couple of months. So. Anyway, so new controller's coming. It's gonna have a speaker in it. It's gonna have a cool feature of a lift to wake. So when it times out, you don't have to hold the you don't have to hold the button to turn it back on.
Yeah.
And I believe you'll have the option to remove the battery pack and swap batteries if you want.
Good. Yeah, that's one of the things that I didn't like about the Elite controller is the battery, the internal battery thing, because that's how the PlayStation ones are, right?
Yeah, you can't take the battery out.
They're internal.
But I mean, the Elite comes with a charging dock, inside the case. Yeah, but if the battery goes out, there's no way to replace it.
Yeah, exactly. When the battery, because eventually the battery's going to wear out from too many recharges. It won't be able to hold charge.
Exactly. Yeah. So they're going to have an option to replace that battery.
That's good.
Yep. And on top of that, there's lots of other things. A bunch of games that got leaked, a bunch of updates and DLC and all sorts of stuff. So big leak. If you guys want to read about it, go online, check it out. It's huge and massive, the amount of stuff that came out.
Yeah, I'll probably take a look at that today.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. What you got?
Let's see.
Oh, I do have one more thing on the Xbox. Yesterday, Amazon dropped the 1 terabyte. So they have those little rectangle like SSD M.2 memory cards. Remember,
Yeah.
they're ass fuck expensive. They're like
Yeah.
$250.
Yeah.
Crazy. Amazon just dropped them down to 150. Just like took $100 right off. Because Microsoft finally has someone else other than Seagate making the hard. I think Western Digital's got some coming out now.
Okay.
There's a slot in the back of the Xbox to just put it in, and you get all the benefits of that instant hard drive. So, hey, you know, dropping it $100 is a good sign. That means come Christmas, Black Friday, you could probably get that thing probably sub 100 on sale.
God damn. That's crazy.
Which isn't bad to add a terabyte to your hard drive.
Yeah. So there's supposed to be a meeting today between the WGA and the major studios to see if they can hammer out this deal.
Bro, this is like the longest strike in
Last
history.
Yeah. Yeah. So it looks like it's supposed to be today. You're supposed to. There's the committee's going, and then they don't know if any of the big CEOs of the big studios are going to be there. But they'll have representatives, obviously. So
yeah, they're gonna have an army of lawyers and representatives just all sitting in there.
Yeah. So we'll see if they can come to a resolution and get these writers what they need
Yeah.
to keep fucking surviving. I mean, dude,
to put food on their table.
Most of them live in either LA or New York, and cost of living out in both of those places are insane.
Yeah.
People got to pay rent.
Yeah,
and that's
it's crazy.
Rent's so high over there. Like at the end of the month when your rent's paid, you or beginning of the month when your rent's paid or whatever, like you don't have any money left to eat.
Yeah.
Like either live in a insane studio apartment with 4 other people,
or in a van
starve.
down by the river.
Or a van down by the river.
Yeah,
and
dude.
Then you get arrested for trespassing on public property.
Yeah, Mark Bernardin was talking about that recently about the cost of living. He's like, look, I've been writing a lot of stuff, but I can't turn any of it in. He said all these writers, and technically, he shouldn't even be working on any projects. He's working on all of his personal projects that he wants to pitch and sell later, right? Because you can't work on studio projects,
right?
And
right.
They were talking about the fact that all these writers, he said a lot of these guys get 1, maybe 2 jobs a year, which is not enough to pay their bills. They're working at restaurants. They're working at all these other places just to supplement.
Right.
Because there's no residuals anymore, right? Back in the day, the old guys have all the residuals from the old sitcoms. He said, but even the old sitcoms are getting pulled off of the air and put onto apps. And then the residuals are gone.
Yep.
So, yeah, they got to figure something out. They can't just the studios can't take the money that they were paying residuals and say, hey, now we don't have to do it. It's on streaming. Let's just give us that money. They can't do that.
Right.
They have to figure something out.
Yep.
So, hopefully they do, man, because some of these people, like this strike is ending careers. Some of these people will never be able to afford to go back to write. Right. They've all had to go get other jobs and do other stuff. Like there are talented people's careers that have ended because of this.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bummer. Hopefully they get something, man. I'm hoping, because I tell you what, everything is getting pushed back and pushed back.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, fuck, Stranger Things is 2027. Yeah, I think I joked about it last time. Those kids are gonna be like 30 years old by the time they finish high school.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you got all these other strikes going on. You got the United Automobile Workers strikes going on. So you're seeing a lot of this stuff, and the economy is just it's gonna be tanking here soon.
Yeah, I was watching this documentary of this guy pointing out. He's like, look how much
Housing markets
you're
insane.
you're getting screwed at going to the grocery store. He's like,
Oh yeah.
let me just show you an example of something simple, like a package of Oreos. He was like, 2 years ago, it was like, X amount of ounces, and he opened it up. He's like, here's how many cookies are in here. He said, now, you're losing like 8 ounces, which is like, I don't know, like 6 or 8 cookies or something. He's like,
yeah,
but it's $1.50 more.
Yeah,
and you lost this, and then he goes through it. Yeah, he goes
doing
through
that
everything.
with candy bars. They've been doing that with candy bars for like decades. Like candy bars have been like shrinking, getting smaller and smaller and smaller, but more expensive.
Yeah, you look at a Snickers bar. It's only like that big now. You have to get that king size, which is 2 regular size.
Which is
ones.
2. Yeah, not even. It's not even 2 regular size ones.
And hell, when we were kids, a king size was just a little bit bigger than a standard one.
Yeah.
Now it's like 2 little pieces.
They're just like shaving like centimeters off every single year. It's like getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and nobody's really even noticed until you go back and you look at like old pictures of.
So that's what this guy. Actually, it was a girl. So she's been doing her shopping online for the last couple of years, and so she has all those online receipts, and so she's looking at it. And she's seeing the trend of her grocery price keeps going up, even though they're ordering the similar things, and realizing that she's having to add more things or extra of some things that she didn't have to before, and then that's what made her start looking at it. There was like they do it with paper towels and toilet paper is a big one, right? We get screwed on that stuff bad.
Oh yeah.
There was something that was crazy. Like chips are doing it, like if you go into the chip aisle, you realize all the bags are smaller. The ounces are like way down compared to what they used to be.
Even with the produce.
It was detergent.
Oh yeah.
Laundry detergent.
Oh yeah, like Tide Pod, they're like super, like they're a huge ripoff, dude.
Yeah,
like it's insane.
We don't even do them. They fuck up our washer, but
yeah, I get like liquid detergent.
Yeah,
like,
we do the liquid, but the bottles are getting smaller.
Oh yeah,
and they claim like you can do this many loads, but like the caps, they never like redid the lines to adjust for that.
Yeah.
And it's
so you're using the same amount.
Yeah, so it's you're
unless you just do it by do it by eye.
Yeah, I mean you're getting like way less detergent, but the price is like gone up like $7 or something like that. It's nuts. The economy's gonna it's got some issues.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, you got like all these huge corporations and all these investment capital firms that bought up a lot of these neighborhoods and stuff when the housing bubble burst back in 2008, when that market went down. From all those foreclosures from those fucking shitty packaged loans and stuff. And, now they're pricing out their own market. They're pricing out the buyers. Like, nobody can afford it because,
that's what they did
wages
here.
aren't even high enough. The interest rates are just insane. And, like, nobody can even make a down payment.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, there's, like, one of those, I think it's Zillow or something like that, where they're talking about, like, they're talking about doing a like a loan agreement thing with like a 1% down.
Yeah.
Just because people like just don't have the fucking savings, so like it's outrageous, man.
Well, how are you now?
The market's pricing out its own buyers.
So the houses here, which should be like 150,000, are selling for 350.
Yeah.
And most of them will not take a first-time buyer loan, right? They won't they don't do that. They don't accept those. So, which means you need to put like 20% down. Well, who the fuck's got $80,000 cash that one cannot be a gift because it has to be matured in your account now?
Yeah.
Right? Or two, it can't be from a loan. Like,
right.
Which, what the fuck do they care? They're getting their money, but for some reason, those are the rules.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who in this country right now that is not one like already well off that had been before all of this can sit with 80 grand? Like,
right.
I was talking to Keith the other day. I was like, man, I remember back when I made like $30,000 a year at Best Buy, and I thought I was like, I was like, fuck yeah, dude, like I'm making good money,
Yeah.
And then now I'm like up to where I'm at. I'm like, I still feel like I'm making 30 grand a year because everything has progressed with what I make. I've never plateaued over that hill.
Well, exactly.
It's crazy.
You're still treading water.
Yeah, which is 90% of the country.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Bow show.
Yeah.
It's rough out here.
Oh yeah. So, anywho's a what's it's. I do got a new Henry Cavil appears to have been cast in Loki season 2.
Word. That I also saw a headline scrolling through social media this morning that he also auditioned for James Bond, and apparently the casting director said that it was a phenomenal audition. So
yeah,
he might be the next James Bond.
I know.
As well.
I mean, he looks like it. I mean, like look at movies like A Man from U.N.C.L.E. and what he did in Mission Impossible. I mean, he looks like it. I kind of hope he's not the next James Bond because he's got Highlander coming. He's got other stuff.
Right.
I mean, honestly, the James Bond I wanted was Idris Elba, but I think he's getting too old for that. They need to bring some, unless they're going to do those stories of the older, more mature Bond. But, I mean, it's tough. Usually they bring in actors that they're known, but they're not like rock star actors.
Right. Yeah.
Like Pierce Brosnan was known, but he wasn't like the level he was after.
Yeah, exactly. He was. Yeah, it boosted his name. When
same thing with Sean Connery. Same thing with Daniel Craig. Like Daniel Craig was known, but that's what brought him to
doing some stuff, and you recognized him from some stuff.
Yes.
And then then he got cast for James Bond, and his stock in Hollywood went way up.
Yeah, James Bond's a commitment too, man. Like,
oh yeah, right.
Daniel Craig did it for 20 years or something.
Yeah, but it's guaranteed money. Like it pays his bills, and he can go off and do smaller projects and stuff like that.
Yeah, the licensing and all that,
the art house type stuff, and he's able to feed himself, while doing all that stuff.
I mean, if he gets it, I won't complain.
Yeah.
Hey,
right.
I'm all about Henry Cavill. Right, Jen? Yeah. She likes Henry. But, yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm in it. Whatever. Just bring me more Bond.
Yeah.
Just make sure he gets Highlander. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see his Highlander because he's got the accent.
Yep.
Huh?
And he's got he's phenomenal actor.
Yep.
Great dude from what I hear.
Yep.
And whatever kind of works he gets, whatever kind of projects he heads up, like the Warhammer 40K thing, I know that's part of his I think he's producing that too. So, these passion projects for him and even other, great actors that are.
Yeah, I mean, his career's at a point now where he can pick and choose and take his time on the right. Because now, I mean, he's looking for those franchise that, will essentially set him up for ever, right? You've got your Superman, right? He's Superman. He's The Witcher, right? Those are two big franchises.
Yeah.
Even the Hemsworth, Liam, like, coming into this, like, even if he's got this rock star, like, even if he's better, the fans will never admit to it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, because it's Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
it sucks, but they're setting him up for failure, and they're going to use him as the scapegoat to end that show.
You see all over social media where people are like not even going to watch it.
That's got to be tough for Liam, right? Because he's like, oh man.
Yeah.
And apparently he's doing the research though. He's reading all the books, which there's a lot of them. I've gone through 3 or 4 of them, and some of them are not easy to get through, right? Because they're written in Russian, translated, or Ukrainian, Romanian.
No.
Fuck, I don't know. It's one of those. Slovakian.
I think it's Romanian.
Romanian. It's one of those.
Project Red in like Romania or something.
They're in like Norway or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the original books are in one of those. The original books are in one of those languages translated over, and so some of them are tough to get through, but they're really good fantasy books. Like they're pretty high packed. Are you doing some fact checking real quick?
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, so he's got some pretty big tent poles. You know, if he adds Bond to it, that's fine. What I love about the Bond movies is when they change actors, it doesn't force you to have to go back and watch any of the other ones. They always start fresh.
Polish. Okay, so Secret Project Red is from Poland.
What about the author of the original books, though? You'll have to look up Witcher original books.
Yeah, Polish. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, it's cool when they change actors with the James Bond movies. Like I said, you don't have to go back. Like if you wanted to watch the Daniel Craig ones, you don't have to go watch the Sean Connery ones. They're not connected. They are, but they're not. Right. So even if they bring Henry Cavill, you don't have to go watch Pierce Brosnan. You don't have to watch Daniel Craig. They're standalone in their own series, so they're connected within the same James Bond actors universe. Each universe is different, so I like that. It's cool. I'm down. I mean, whatever, bring it.
Yeah, no matter who gets cast as James Bond, like it's 007. It's a huge franchise.
Ian Fleming.
People are gonna watch it.
They'll
be there.
Isn't there? I don't even know how many there were. There's a lot of James Bond books from Ian Fleming.
Not as many as you'd think. It'd be like,
isn't it like 14?
It's like less than 20.
Yeah,
it's not a whole lot. It's like 16 books or something.
That's like a lot of books.
Original, like the ones that Ian Fleming wrote.
Yeah, that's still a lot of books, man.
Because it's like you think about it, like you look at these big authors, like the big authors, that wrote book series and stuff, and like H.P. Lovecraft, he wrote a lot of books, but he didn't write as many as you would think, because there was a lot of other writers, his contemporaries, that kind of took the torch and expanded upon the Lovecraft.
Yeah, it's
universe.
Not a Stephen King or Tom Clancy or
exactly.
Clive Cussler that puts out a book every 4 months.
Yeah.
Hey, did you watch? Have you seen that video of George R.R. Martin and Stephen King talking on stage?
No.
And George R.R. Martin looks at Stephen King and goes, "How the fuck do you write a book every 4 months?" He's like, in 4 months, I've wrote 2 pages in my book.
Yeah.
Right? Because he's infamously, just taktakes forever, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's got 2 books to go to finish this Game of Thrones, and people think he's going to die before he finishes
the exactly.
Because he takes so long. I mean, his books are incredibly detailed.
They're very dense,
and very, detail-oriented, and, timelines, and... Well, this guy's related to this guy who goes to this. So he spends all this time creating I'm sure he's got a studio with just shit all over the walls, just connecting all of his stuff.
Yeah.
I think he said that he has grad students or something that comes in and helps him.
Yeah, just for continuity. Yeah.
For continuity purposes.
Yeah.
Which Akira Toriyama does too. He has people that helps him when he's writing Dragon Ball. He's like, "Did I do that? Right. Oh yeah, I did do that, didn't I?" Like shit like that. So, I mean, in his world as big as Game of Thrones, like you have to because it's so fucking massive. Same thing with the Tolkien books.
Yeah.
Like, there's entire college courses on Tolkien.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I'm sure Stephen King probably has a writing staff and all that stuff too to kind of.
Well, yeah. Have you seen his?
Like, one person can only do so much and remember so much, and like teeny tiny details and stuff like that, where you don't break continuity and all that stuff, and fans that read the books can always check the author on those things, and they value that.
Have you seen Stephen King's Connected Universe? Have you seen that video where they explain how, like, this fucker was doing this before Connected Universes even existed? Like, he had, like, Randall Flagg and shit from, like, The Stand would just, appear randomly in, like, The Gunslinger for, like, a sentence. And then he would appear over here, and then this guy's over there, and the turtle from It is over here, and they're all connected just by those characters. It's crazy. I watched this whole thing where this guy drew out an entire map of how things were connected, and it blew my mind. I was like, God damn.
And that's how every franchise is going to be nowadays too.
Oh yeah, people don't want movie studios don't want standalone movies.
Yeah, exactly.
They want what can I franchise and what can I spin off from it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, what else you got? I only got two more.
That's pretty much all I got.
Okay. DC Studios is they're building 10 new sound stages, something like 400,000 square foot Warner Brothers is building 10 new for DC over in England, over in Europe. These are going to be permanent buildings with semi-permanent stages. So they're going to set up a bat cave that will stay in that soundstage during the duration of all these years of movies. So that way they don't have to keep taking down, rebuilding.
Yeah.
It is literally going to be the DC Studios soundstage set. So there'll be probably like a Gotham City. There'll be a Metropolis set. There'll be a Fortress of Solitude or something, a Bat Cave, and then they can go to these because these are frequent places that they will be during these movies and universes. I'm like, that's fucking smart. Instead of spending $100 million to go tear it down and rebuild it again every couple of years, like, hell yeah, like, let's do it. Then when they're done with the DC universe, slap a
Burn it all down.
No, slap a ticket on that shit and sell tickets to go explore the DC universe.
Yeah.
Fucking turn it into like they did with Harry Potter. You can go over in Europe, you can go to the Harry Potter sets and all that
New
shit.
Zealand. Yeah, New Zealand.
Yeah, or New Zealand, yeah. Like, fuck yeah, dude. Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool. It starts the second quarter of 2024 and is expected to take 3 years to finish construction of all of it.
Yeah.
So
work.
I've also got DC announced the new voice of Batman for their audios podcast series. So they have these audio stories. It's like the old school, 30s radio stories.
Radio shows, yeah.
and they cast Coleman Domingo, which played Victor Strand in Fear the Walking Dead.
I didn't watch the Fear the Walking Dead.
He's got a good he's got a good voice, good Batman voice. I'm sure he can do so. He's in this. He was a real shithead in the Fear the Walking Dead. He's like a con artist. Oh, he's like this tall black guy, con artist, like gay mafia. Like I don't even know how to describe him. Like he goes through all these different levels through the show, and sometimes he's like the good guy, and other times he's just a real douche and causes like people to die. Then becomes a good guy again, and he just I don't know. But hearing him talk, I'm like, oh, okay, that guy can do a Batman voice. We're good. So he's the new voice of Batman.
Word. Hells yeah.
We got. Did you want to watch a couple of trailers real quick? Or do you want to save the trailers for next week?
Yeah, we'll save the trailers for the next episode.
Okay,
we're kind of running up on an hour now.
Yeah, because I've only got 3, and there's a lot more that came out. Like I just saw the Squid Game trailer just dropped for Squid Game the Challenge or something like that. Yeah, and the new Percy Jackson trailer dropped. So yeah, we'll save those for the next one. Other than that,
all right.
I don't have anything else.
Cool.
All right.
Well, that is the latest episode of Pop Culture Kicked Down. And did you publish that the last one we recorded?
I was just gonna tell you, I so part of the audio was jacked up, so I went back and grabbed it this morning. I pulled the file and I got it fixed. It's gonna publish as soon as this is done.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
so it'll be I'll publish both episodes. We'll get them both up today.
Cool.
Yep. Yeah, that one was the one we had all the trailers and something fucked up with the audio where all of the sound was misaligned. So I had to cut the audio, and then move it and try to match up the audio for everything. So it was all fucked up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I got that all taken care of and fixed, so we're good.
Cool.
Alrighty. I'm Nick Zilla.
And I'm Marco Raptor.
And Keith is
not alive, I guess, because still haven't heard from him back.
Yeah, he's probably he works like nights now, so I think he just interviewed for a new job, so
word.
Which will put him back at normal hours, so we'll be able to see him again. He's probably asleep right now, because normally when I play Xbox with him and Mom in the afternoon, like 7 or 8 my time, which would be 6 or 7 your time, he's like just waking up eating breakfast. So
yeah,
he's probably in night land.
Indeed. All right. Wish I was in night land too.
All right. Cool. Alrighty. I'm out of here. Later.
What you listening to, son?
I don't think you like it.
Well, why not? I like this new generation of music.
Send them to the slaughterhouse!
Mother of God, it's all toilet sounds.
Where did you record this?
I bought it at the mall. It's the funny phone jerks.
Let me tell you, Bobby, there's nothing funny about these sounds. What that person on your tape has is a medical disorder. Now you get ready for the game, okay?
Yes, sir.
That boy...
I don't know how to put this, but
The greatest trick,
kind of a big deal.
the devil ever pulled,
Really?
was convincing the world.
People know me.
In the name of God, now I know what it feels like to be God.
Jesus wept.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Listen, kid. There are two things you don't know about the Earth. One is me, and the other is Godzilla.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Our arrows will blot out the sun.
Then we will fight in the shade.
How dare you say that to my face?
Well, I'd say it behind your back, but my car's only got half a tank of gas!